If you are sitting at home wondering, what can I do on my snow day? I'm going to tell you a couple of things that you can do to help out with prom. And they mostly include making coral. So we're doing under the sea prom, and we're going to need a whole bunch of coral to decorate some large rocks. So here's a few different ways that you can make coral. Here's the first type of coral that you can make. All you need is coffee filters, coffee filters, a pipe cleaner, and to make them colored, I just put them in Kool-Aid. So all you have to do after you put the coffee filters in Kool-Aid, they get flat. So then what I did to make them, fluffy like this is I bent the pipe cleaner so that I could put these on the bottom. And all you have to do is you take your coffee filter and fold it in half and then in half again. So in half again, and then you stick it on the pipe cleaner. And you can do kind of whatever variation of shapes that you want, and then you just stick all of your coffee filters on your pipe cleaner, and it, gets fluffy like that. The second type of coral that you could make using pool noodles. So these are, this is a piece of wire, which I did a little curl on the bottom. Forgive my hands, they're really gross because I've been spray painting stuff. I just did a little, like a U-shaped curl on the bottom of a piece of wire that is about a foot long. And then I cut the noodle, the pool noodle, around, and it just took a scissors to do this, and made all these little circles. And then you can do the circles however you want. Like this one on top is that way, but then you can also stack them like this. Another way that you can make coral, and this one is not super fluffy right now because it was in a bag, but you take a pool noodle, which the way that I did this is I cut the pool noodles in half, and then I cut one of the pieces in half again. So then I would use one chunk of it or two chunks of it to do the circle ones, and then one or two chunks to do these spirally ones. And all you have to do, I'll show you on this end, for this is you start at the top and you make a cut all the way around the coral, and you follow that same line a few different times. So if I put this back together, you can see like I cut all the way around here, and then here's another line and another line. So then when you break it apart, it's kind of curly like that. So that's corals 2 and 3. Coral number 4. So all I did with these is I took coffee filters like this, and I rolled them. You can either fold them in half first and then roll them up like this to get kind of a circle, or you can roll them the big way. So you just like roll them the big way and then fold it in half. You get 2 circles, and then I strung them on a piece of wire, and then that's it. So then these are other coral that we're going to use. So that's coral number 4. Here is the last type of coral. All you need for this one is paper plates and a piece of wire. So I have little paper plates that I'm using, but you could also use big paper plates if you wanted to. And I'm gonna spray paint these so they're not gonna be white when we put them on as coral. But when we put them together, hopefully they create some kind of texture on our rocks. So all I did with these, and this is super easy, is I took a piece of wire and I curled the end of it, so you can see that little curl. So then when you put the paper plate on there, it doesn't fall off. And I used about 7 paper plates per wire, and I probably have about 6 inches of wire here. And the way that you're going to do the plate is that you fold it in half twice. So if you take a paper plate and you fold it in half one way, and it really doesn't matter if it's even or not, and then you fold it in half again, and you have your kind of coral looking thing, and then you just push the paper plate onto the wire in like the top corner, or in the corner, and you just push it on and scoot it all the way down to the bottom. And then by the time you get done, you know, with your 7 things, then they squish together, so you don't have to worry about that. And then in order to seal or to make it so it doesn't fall off, like you can see this is my original loop, and then this curly Q that I have there, that is where I took the other end of the wire and I just fed it through the loop and then did a loop on that so then they don't fall off. So there's the other piece of coral. And actually, if you look closely, you'll probably see that I folded a couple of these plates a couple different ways. So like that's the way that I showed you, and then I just kept folding them a little bit more to create a different look to it. But